Culture isn't about, you know, we do organizational consultation in many companies, and it's not about fancy quotes, because you'll go into different offices and you'll see, you know, really fancy quotes, but nobody engaged in their heads down. It's not a bunch of fancy quotes on the wall. That's not culture. I can tell you other things. Culture is not about your assets. It's not about your buildings. It's about the people that go into the homes every single day. That's why you and your family are so important, because your bedrock, your foundation is all based on people. You're dealing with people's most precious assets, which are their children. So your interaction and your happiness as an employee and as a professional, that shows. Like I said, you can't just go home, have a horrible relationship at home or with your family, and then go to work and assume that you're going to have the same vibrant, positive affect. It's all together. And I want you to think of, as a leader, moving from labor to leadership, I want you to think of the fact that you're wanting to look at the employees as a whole. Ask about their children, ask about their pets, ask about the things that matter to them, ask about their why, and you're going to see discretionary effort out of those people. So, I can tell you what else. Culture is not about top-down leadership. It's not about someone blasting a megaphone and saying, this is what you do. Being a really good leader, since you all moved into leadership roles, some of you very recently, it's going to be all about facilitating discussions and having participative management style, where they're part of it. It's not about barking orders. It's going to be about rolling up your shirt sleeves and doing it. There won't be one thing on here that I just wrote about, studied, did a fancy YouTube video about that I didn't actually do. That's why I feel so good about. I know very few things. I gotta be honest with you. There's not a whole lot that I know how to do. But the few things that I do know how to do that involve behavioral science and leading people are things that I practice every single day, and it's genuine and it's authentic and I mean it. I just want you to know. What else is culture? Culture is not leading people out of fear. We have that situation in government these days. You don't motivate through fear. Obviously, being a behavior analyst, you all know that if you motivate people through fear, like do this or you're going to be fired, or do this or you're going to be written up, you're going to not get discretionary effort. The only way you're going to get real discretionary effort and peak performance is by people literally operating out of the fact that they're excited about what they do for a percentage of the day. They're not doing it. They're not working because they have to, but they're working because they want to. Make sense? So I can tell you another thing of what culture is, not what it's not. I can tell you that culture is our executive director just was snapshot changing somebody's tire. You didn't think you'd get this out of behavior presentation, did you? But it's important. Joe Carter, our executive director, Marlene caught him changing someone's tire, and the person didn't even ask for it. She broke down and couldn't get to a case. Without even anyone asking him, he ran out there, rolled up his shirt sleeve, and started changing tires. That's culture. What else is culture? Culture is feeling safe. Culture is about making sure as a leader you make people feel safe. Matt Linder, Joe Kondorsky, Marlene, our different leaders in our company know that I have their back if they make a mistake. Because if they're embodying the core values of helping the learners, which are number one, helping their family, and finding their niche, and they make a mistake, it's okay, because their intention was right. I know that's, as a behavior analyst, intention isn't that easy to define, but making mistakes are going to happen. And only cultures that do not punish people for small mistakes are the ones that are going to thrive, and they're innovative. Companies like Google, companies like Amazon, they're successful because they don't punish them for small mistakes, because they're trying to be innovative. Remember that as a leader.